Ukrainian Air Force have detected and targeted an assault group of the occupying Russian army on the left bank of Dnipro River, near the occupied city of Oleshki in Kherson region. After the advancing Russian soldiers entered their dugout, a fighter jet belonging to the 40th Brigade carried out 2 strikes with the French-made AASM HAMMER aerial bomb, which is known for its accuracy. As a result of the strikes, the shelter located at the railway crossing exploded, killing all Russian servicemen in the area.
Russian Chekist Igor Strelkov Girkin, who helped the Kremlin to foment war against Ukraine, has finally become sad in a Russian prison. He is sure that the so-called SVO is lost. Strelkov's letter was published by his associates. The Z Patriot assessed the overall situation in Russia as very unimportant. The Russian Federation is suffering defeat both on the battlefield and on the diplomatic front. Our offensive actions in the current format cannot bring victory over the enemy, but the losses they bring are close to irreparable. In addition, there is a general demobilization of public sentiment. This war is not a war is already very boring. The next successes in taking copses, small and large vipers, and city blocks, the battles for which last for 6 months or more, do not inspire anyone anymore, Strelkov wrote. According to him, the Russian public is very much hoping that the new US President Donald Trump will end the war on Moscow's terms. This will not happen, the security officer is sure. A new failure will only increase the discontent of the Russians. Already in the current year of 2025, Strelkov expects NATO troops to appear in Ukraine, as well as Turkey's final transition to Kiev's side in this war. The Kremlin, he is sure, will have to capitulate in order to end the war. They will bend us to a truce on conditions close to capitulation. A vague status for Crimea is the maximum that Trump can offer Moscow under the Kellogg Plan. For anything more, the Ukrainian armed forces need to be defeated, which has proven beyond their capabilities over the past 3 years. Strelkov wrote. He is also confident that the already obvious defeat in the war against Ukraine will ultimately lead to the overthrow of the Putin regime. Earlier, media reported that Strelkov predicts problems for Russia from prison due to Ukraine and Trump. Strelkov is very unhappy with the prospect of ending the hot war that is being prepared with the mediation of the new US President Donald Trump. For us, the implementation of the plan's provisions is the launch of a catastrophe, and an irreversible catastrophe at that. The Russian security officer wrote. He is sure that in the end, Russia will have to return all occupied territories to Ukraine, including Crimea. Russia has neither strong diplomacy nor serious successes on the battlefield, which means it will have to sit down at the negotiating table with a weak position. The enemy is not broken, has strong reserves and the ability to increase efforts, while we still have not transferred the economy and army to a war footing, Strelkov wrote. Strelkov does not expect any serious changes in the war until spring. We will actively demonstrate our readiness for peace. On the other hand, we will fiercely negotiate behind the scenes, while not allowing Trump to move to open confrontation on the side of Ukraine. At the front, efforts will continue to improve negotiating positions, pushing the Ukrainian armed forces out of Donbass. This is an extremely expensive undertaking in terms of human lives and equipment. Strelkov wrote, the Ukrainian armed forces, in his opinion, will continue the tactics of active defense. They will slowly retreat from the least convenient and important sections of the front, inflicting heavy losses on the Russian armed forces, and will hold on to the most important sections with all their might. At the same time, the Ukrainians will save their strategic reserves in order, in Strelkov's opinion, to achieve major success on the battlefield already in the spring.
A military convoy of Russian mercenaries has been ambushed by rebels in the north of Mali. As a result of the attack on the group of Wagners, a large number of Russian soldiers were killed and wounded. Cars have been set on fire. Along with the Russian military, there were representatives of the government troops and civilians in the convoy. In total, at least 32 people were killed.
Avec les bagages d'argent, ils ont brûlé tout. Ils ont brûlé tout. Avec les bagages d'argent,
On the night of February 10th, Russia's Krasnodar region was once again subjected to a drone attack, local telegram channels reported. Ukrainian kamikaze drones struck the Afipsk oil refinery. The strike caused an explosion and fire at the plant. There were no reports of casualties. Explosions followed the drone attack in other parts of the region. Local authorities said the air defense system was activated, the drones were shot down, and their debris fell on residential buildings, damaging them. The moment of the drone attack was recorded by security cameras and local residents.
Я не знаю сейчас. Пиздец.
Взорвался беспилотник.
Да.